Well, let's have a little look at cable.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. It's your first time here. I'm the big fella Scruff with an over-obsession of coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee, and sitting next to me is Wonderwink. And what we're trying to do is put your Forex trading into the real world and make certain when you do trade Forex, you know what you're kind of doing. Unlike Wonderwink here, because if you're taking financial advice from her, and I'll tell you a little story before I get onto this.
It's coffee time! Coffee, 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 coffee! Cappuccino! Java, yes!
It's no wonder I'm rocketing to the poorhouse. Let's put it that way. This is Winky logic, right? Now, earlier on this week, if I flick this over, because we will be going into cable, and what we are about to talk about, I've already told the guys here, and I've also put in the bias as to what I'm about to do. I'm going to buy it shortly. Anyway, if I flick up through here, there's the boy Wonder. He's on his way to Bali. Little salute to him and his good missus, and somewhere in there he is. There's the little toddler as well. Ah, dear me. Adventures, adventures, adventures. Do find him. Conscious Day Trader. You'll like his channel. You really will. Anyway, cut my way up. That's me in the pub. Hey, because I know how to treat a girl on Valentine. Did you enjoy going to the pub for Valentine?
Yeah, it was nice actually.
That'll be no then. Yeah, oh, sorry. We were playing with the dolls earlier on. This might be getting out of hand here. Oh no, I can't find the bin. This is bad. It's further up than I thought. All right. They were having a good old chat amongst themselves. Anyway, cut long story short. The Wild Wonder here. I can't find it. It must have been. That was miles away. Miles away. Never mind. Anyway, I'll tell you this story.
Well, we're waiting.
Because I think we all know what a bin looks like. Except this bin cost 70 quid. Well, she said it didn't cost 70 quid. It was 69.99. Let's call it 70 quid. And I had a kit and fit. 70 quid for a bin. And she goes, but I saved you money. I goes, how did you save me money? I didn't want a bin. Explain yourself in a minute. How did you save me money buying a bloody expensive bin?
I didn't. What happened was the kettle was broke.
Right, so we got a broken kettle, but we had to spend 70 quid on a bit.
No, so I was going to get a new kettle, a toaster, a microwave, and everything that matched.
Right.
So instead, I spent a bit extra on the kettle, so it matched. So I didn't have to buy a microwave and a toaster. So I saved you money.
Right, for those of you who don't speak woman logic, right, this is how this worked in this house. Our kettle burst. Now that is a major disaster, right, because obviously I need my coffee. And if you want a coffee mug, she sells them. And she better sell a lot more to pay for this bloody bin.
Oh, you're in that
right?
bin.
It's a bloody bin, right? Anyway, and you can find it on the Discord. Find out where that bloody bin is. We're going to look at this bin. Anyway, I'll try and find it while we're talking. Anyway, right? Cut a long story. Oh, there it is. Found the bloody thing. Right. There's the offending article. Right?
Nice and shiny.
Shiny bin. 70 quid.
Bring on the dancing girls. Get rid of this idiot. Fuck you. Off.
Right? Bear with me, because I'm on one. Right? Said just go to Tesco's and buy a kettle. They're about a tenner. Right? Apparently not.
Well, it wouldn't have matched.
The one we got was 55 quid.
It wouldn't have matched the toaster.
Because it was a DeLonghi or something, some stupid name. And apparently because it looks similar to the microwave that she was going to change, and similar to the toaster that she was going to change, which are nothing wrong with them, by the way, she saved money. And therefore, because she saved money not buying a microwave, she spent 70 quid on a bin and then told me I was quids in.
You were?
What?
If we'd have bought the microwave and the toaster, that would have been a lot.
What do you mean, we?
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Wait, how come it's we when I'm paying for something, but when it's sort of anything else, it's not? It's like when the kids are getting out of hand, they're mine, and when they're good, they're hers. How does that work? Well, it's normally because I've wound them up. Right, sorry for that little interlude, people.
Rant again.
Rant again. Sermon according to Scruff, but in this case, I think I'm right. Please put in the comments whether I'm right. Did I think I got screwed over a bin, or did you think I saved money? It'll be interesting to see what the thoughts are. But it's also interesting to see what the thoughts are on this chart. I'll tell you something, it's Valentine. You better be really good with me tonight. I'll tell you, so bloody hell.
Oh, that's disgusting.
She's even got me taking her away at the weekend, again, for another holiday.
I don't think so.
Well, we are. We're doing a bit of work on Saturday, but then we're having a couple of days, so there we go. What's going on here? What is going on here? Right, if I'm going to analyze this, I will start out on the daily. And the daily tells me a lot. I've already got it fully mapped out. I know exactly where I'm going on the chart. We can see that is pushing up heavily, and you can see it. There's no point putting any daddy levels in because it's already crashed through the top. So it's predominantly up. 4 hour. Well, we can see it. We can see what's going on. Now, if I drop a fib into this, I love a fib. From there to there. All right. Even showing this, it's cracked through. We're at the pivot. Right. Now, it's going to do two things. It's either going to retrace this move, which will pull it back down into these levels here, these two. Or it might just be a shallower pullback and pull back to the 50 to move higher. Now, if it's moving higher, it's going to look for areas of interest. Well, that area of interest is this bit. Why? Because there'll be an order block of some description here. There'll certainly be stops because of the short plays. So that they'll be running up to here. So here is the area of activity. If it gets through that, the next one is up there and across with these. But this lot have already been wiped out. So the clear one is here. Okay. And then in between it, you've got all of these candles to work with. You know, and between them, you have a 3 candle play there that is overextended. Above that, that can push into this. So this can easily squeeze up to there. But when? That's the key point. Now my sheet, as I was alluding to at the beginning, here is telling me this is a buy. Why is it a buy? Well, there's a lot of reasons why it's a buy. The pound is strong. The US is weak. Okay. What's happening with the change of strength from the last change of data? Well, the pound is gaining. US has lost quite a lot. And together, what that's done is it's put it up into the market pick as kind of the second line. I prefer them to be on the top, but it's shown the US here and the pound here. There they are there. So it's pulled out a major. Now, if I'm looking at the majors, I always look at these. These two are pretty good as well. And it's flashed up. As long as it shows me a chart here, it means it's reasonably good to go. That is there. And it's telling me to watch the 1 hour chart. Okay, so it's a good shape. All right. So now I've got a kind of conviction to the upside. I'll go to the anchor chart. Okay. Surge. Screaming off the top. Something, a little bit of a concern here. I would like to see some form of reaction to the downside in order to get in. So it looks like I'm going to be working inside this arena at the moment. Now, if I'm only after 10 pips, which is all I'm after, well, I can find that. And then all I need to do is drop it down into a 15-minute chart. And I can look to see where is a good viable entry. Well, if I pull that up. Well, I've missed it actually. It was 11 o'clock. So again, you've cost me money having a rant. Right? I'd have had that by now, near enough. But that's a good area of entry. Here's a good area. Here's a good area. You know, this zone down here. We have this zone around here from there to there. You know, it's pulling back on itself. So here could still get in. Drop it down that little bit further and have a look. Well, it's pushing up, so it might come down slightly. Let me look at something. Yeah, that could come down. So I'll kind of wait for it to get down to here and then just snipe my way in and see if I can make some money out of it. If I get 50 quid, I'd be quite happy. If I get £100, I'll be even ecstatic. You know, very, very simple. So let me play this out and I'll come back to you when I'm done. Okay guys, that's kind of a 10 pip move complete. Sort of short. I dropped it into £1 so you could see it. There you go. Just scalped it out. 24 quid for 20-30 minutes maybe. And why? Well, we do have CPI this afternoon. There's a lot of news this morning. So I was being really careful with this. And the idea of any trade is just get in, get out. But one thing I stress, and I stress this to the guys all the time, I was talking about this morning. If you're focusing on big numbers and the money, just give up. You're wasting your time. You're genuinely wasting your time. Now, in this process, I was working from here to here and I had a stall point predetermined there that you can see, and it stopped to the pip on it, to the pip. And the map that I put into these charts, as you can see, they absolutely respect these stall points over and over again. There, even down here when these are in, to the point. Couple of pips across. Even here, pretty much a stall point, but there, stall, 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 stall. Right along it, okay? There. So I know these levels work. And everything, whatever you think, is based on levels. The way to succeed in trading is simple. Have a roadmap. That roadmap is destinations, which are your levels. And then you're working from one to the next in a controlled manner. Now that controlled manner doesn't matter what your direction is, because you can be contrarian and go against the trend, but you've still got points of attraction you're going to work to. And as I've just quickly sort of demonstrated, they work pretty darn well and they make good resistance points. So what else can they do? Well, they can hide stops. So get asked about stops all the time. What's your risk reward? Yeah, tell me what your risk reward is. I don't give a shit about risk reward. Couldn't care less, because it's a waste of time. And I know that's controversial in this world, but this world's full of bullshit. I'm telling you it from somebody who does this for a living and also did it as part of business. Risk reward means fuck all. And I need to get that through your thick skull. What I look at is return on investment. I never risk anything. I'm prepared to put X amount on the table to make X amount. So if I put £200 on the table as a investment, I want that to work for me. I don't want to use all that 200 in one go, so I'll stage the orders to reduce the exposure. And then if I get 20 quid off the top end, well, I made 10% of that £200 investment. If I get 200 off the top end, I've made 100% of that investment. If I set out to try and make 300 and 400% on an investment, I will lose, because it means I'm overstretching the market. It's a different concept, but it's a sensible way. And all the guys in the squad, as soon as I've shown them how it works, they have the light bulb moment and you go, bloody hell, correct. Start at 1-to-1 and then stack the odds in your favour. That's how this game works. If you start with one element to get 3, you're already 3 times more likely to lose. And that's wrong. When you talk about win rate, I see anybody that is day trading with less than 50%, they ain't trading. They're gambling. They're playing a numbers game. They're not reading the market. Even swing trading to a degree should be better than 50%. But 40 onwards, I'll kind of go with it because nobody knows 3 weeks to 3 months time. My swing trades, they hover from 55 to 60%, and on a good month 70%, and on a bad month down to about 45. But the next month normally pays it all off and it balances out. But my day trades 85% plus, and the trick is knowing when to get out. Very simple. I assess it at the top of every hour. If my direction has changed in that hour, I am gone. Just get out. Simple as that. And if I get clipped for a couple hundred quid, I'll get clipped for a couple hundred quid. But I haven't lost a day. Everything is green since the first day of this year. Not lost one day. Lost trades, but not days. That's a difference. And if I flick this back just a second, I quickly show you to the pip, pull away, reset for the next hour, make a few more money if I want to go long again, or in this case, because CPI is coming, I've decided to sit out. So there you go, guys. Not the biggest money in the world, but the pip count was there, and it's the pip count what I'm important. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.